Hello and welcome to this week's weekly weight loss vlog. It's currently Monday, the 18th of March, so we are covering, what we're covering, the 11th of March to the 17th. Now you might notice this evening that the door's open. I'll tell you why the door's open, because I'm home alone and I've got a very needy cockapoo that is recovering from a broken leg, mooching about. Yes, hello, this is Blossom. So yeah, I've got to leave the door open so she knows where I'm at, and she can come in and come and say hello if she needs to. So if you hear a bit of a moany, cry dog, this is who the moany cry dog is. Right, you gonna get down? Yes. All right. I've got quite a bit to discuss actually in this week's weekly weight loss vlog. There's no standard normal Groundhog Day, as it were. No, there's quite a few bits to discuss. All right, first thing I'm going to talk about is it was my weigh-in on Friday. So I weigh in every couple of weeks. Now, I think I discussed in last week's weekly weight loss vlog, I had jumped on the scales, I think it was a week last Wednesday, because I was a little bit panicky. I've been out for a couple of beers and I was just trying to get my head straight. Again, trying to work on my own relationship with weight loss. I'll always tell you I'm never perfect. But Friday was my official check-in day. And guess what? Yeah, I gained 2.6 pounds. The scales have gone up. Officially for the first time, I think, in 2024, and up 2.6 pounds. Now, a lot of people be like, oh my God, journey ruined. I don't feel like that. I'll tell you why. Well, number one, I have a very healthy relationship with weight loss. I'm not saying it is 100%, but it's pretty damn decent. And I know exactly why those scales have gone up 2.6 pounds. This is the reason. I don't know if you can see it, but these are creatine gummies. So I'm back taking some creatine. Now, creatine is a natural substance. It sits in our body at around about 1 gram. But there's a lot of studies out there that if you supplement about 5 grams a day, it can improve your performance in the gym. I normally take it for a couple of months, just if I feel I need a little boost. And then I stop. Because I'll tell you why I stop, because I'm a bit inconsistent with taking it, to be honest with you. It's a saturating supplement, so it's got to be permanently in your system for you to feel the benefits. It's not something you can take one day, forget the next day, take one day, forget the next day. You need to be consistent with it, and sometimes that can be a bit rubbish. Now, one side effect of creatine is water retention. It causes water retention because it can trap water in your muscles. Certainly, I have no idea the science behind this, but more in your upper body muscles. So it actually makes you feel fuller when you go to the gym. So it makes your muscles feel a little bit harder if you are a vain person, which I am not whatsoever. But for someone my size, taking creatine or loading creatine, so what I tend to do is for the first week, I tend to take 8 milligrams a day, which is 2 of these gummies. So first week, 10 days, I take 8 milligrams a day, 2 of these gummies, and then I just cut it down to 1. These gummies are 4 milligrams, or 4,000 or 4 grams, or 4 grams, sorry, not milligrams, so 4,000 milligrams to 4 grams. And you should supplement 5 grams a day, I think is the science behind it. In my head, I'm like, well, I've got 1 gram in my body already. So if I add 4, that means I've got 5 grams in my system. Someone watching this now will go, that's absolute nonsense, Neil. You need to be supplementing 5 grams. But anyway, I take 2 of these for 7 to 10 days, and then I cut it down to 1. But if I load creatine for the first week or so, until I cut the doses down, a person my size could gain up to 7 pounds of water retention. So I've seen a gain of 2.6 pounds. I was fully expecting it. I know why it's happened. It's because I'm carrying some excess water. And that will calm down. So actually from today, I've gone down to just 1 of these gummies a day. And that water retention will flush out of my system when I get nice and hydrated, which is what I'm working on at the moment. So there you go. So yes, that was my check-in. How do I know that 2.6 pound is not fat? Because I've tracked my calories. I've tracked my calories more consistently than I've tracked my calories for about the last few years, certainly in the last 10, 11 weeks. What are we now? Is this week 11 or is this week 12 of 2024? I've lost flipping track. But I've been absolutely on it with my calories. And you can't physically gain body fat if you are in a calorie deficit. And I am in a calorie deficit. Hello, Bloss. Are you okay? You're going to settle down in here? I've got a little blanket down here, so hopefully she'll curl up and go to sleep. But she's just having a mooch around at the moment because your mum's out and you're definitely your mum's dog. So there we go. We know it's not body fat. We know it's a bit of water retention. So what I'm kind of hoping for or expecting when I do my next check-in, which is just before Easter weekend, I should see quite a big drop on the scale. So any water retention this stuff has caused will go. Plus, any water retention that stuff has caused will go. Plus, I should also see the fat I have lost in the last few weeks. Okay, next thing I need to talk about is this week. Yeah, it's been a bit of an indifferent week, I would say, for weight loss, in a way. One thing planned, which will affect the weight loss journey a little bit, and one thing unplanned. So I'll talk about the planned thing. Yes, I decided to have a little weight loss break this last week just gone. So why are you having a weight loss break, Neil? A lot of people think you have a break from losing weight because you need to, your body adapts to weight loss and you need to trick your body into losing weight again and all this gumph. And it's just absolute garbage. That is nonsense. If you've got unhealthy levels of body fat, you've got excess body fat, excess energy in your system, if you're consistently in a calorie deficit, you are going to consistently lose body fat. Why I promote weight loss breaks, why I take them, why I get my clients to take them. I've now got a barky cockapoo. Hopefully that's just someone walking past. Anyway, why I take them, weight loss breaks, is, well, there's two reasons. Right. I'm going to go sort out why I've got a barky cockapoo, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Though you won't know that because I'll edit this out. Right. Okay. I'm back with a quieter cockapoo. Weight loss breaks. So why do I take weight loss breaks? Well, two reasons, really. And these two reasons for me are... they kind of resonate with everyone, if I'm being honest with you. So, number one, weight loss is part of my everyday life. And just like other things that are part of my everyday life, it's good to take a break from everyday life for a bit of, a break from reality. It kind of gives me, a bit of... Right, you're chilling your beans now? Right, okay, good. She's now chilled out down here. Touch wood. Break from reality. A little break from the norm, You go to work, or most people go to work, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday just gives you that little break for a couple of days. Or, you work for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then you book a week's annual leave, and it just gives you that little reset, that little rest, that little bit of R&R that you need. And I truly believe you need that from, anything that takes up part of your everyday life. And weight loss, it's a lifestyle change. It needs to become part of your everyday life. So that... Oi, get down here. Come here, Blossom. Come here. Yeah, sit. Good girl. The other reason why I take a weight loss break is there's always going to be certain times where you need more calories than what a calorie deficit gives you. We can't escape that. We can't get away from that. Like I say, weight loss needs to be part of your everyday life, and part of your everyday life will having certain things crop up where you need more calories. Like I just said then, a week's annual leave, going to go to Tenerife for a week. Please do not try and stick to a calorie deficit when you go on holiday. Accept the little weight loss break. So those are two reasons. So this week, or last week, sorry, I took a weight loss break. Why? Because I needed to. I needed to have a few more calories. I had a day out with my mates on Saturday, which was a boozy day out. We were going to go out, watch some football, have a good catch up, have a good few drinks, and then that is going to result in me getting a little bit hungover on Sunday. And when I'm hungover, I crave more calorie dense, unhealthier food. So for me to go out and enjoy myself, and have a little bit of freedom from what my normal routine is, I need a few more calories. And to keep my mindset positive, to stop me going, oh, how do I enjoy a party? Or how do I enjoy a day out with my mates? How do I enjoy my best friend's wedding? How do I enjoy a holiday? We take some little weight loss breaks. So there's two types of weight loss breaks for me. One is a semi-weight loss break. One's a full weight loss break. A semi-weight loss break is basically what I did last week, where I moved to maintenance calories. And this is the beauty of the way I coach weight loss. There's so much flexibility and freedom. Now, obviously, if you use weight loss breaks all the time, it's going to slow your journey down. But if you just have a few here and there throughout the year, I normally recommend 2 to 4 weeks of full weight loss break, which is eating in a calorie surplus, not giving a toss about weight loss, not tracking your calories, not doing what you want, or sort of doing what you want, enjoying certain foods that you wouldn't do normally. You might be out, I'm not saying you have to drink alcohol, but you might be out drinking alcohol a few days. For example, if I go on holiday to Spain for a week, I'm going to have a few drinks every day. I'm going to eat more unhealthy foods. And you know what? I just don't want to do anything that's part of my day-to-day life. I want to lie on a sun lounger, get some sun, jump in a pool, have a couple of pina coladas, and that's it. A semi-weight loss break is, like I say, what I did last week, where I just moved to maintenance calories. So if I'm having a full weight loss break, I don't give a toss about weight loss. Everything kind of goes out the window for a few days or a week. With a semi-weight loss break where I move to maintenance calories, the beauty about maintenance calories is, yes, you're not going to lose any body fat, but you won't gain any body fat. So you can literally have, a week with a few extra calories that gives you a lot more kind of food or calorie freedom. And it's just kind of like a little tiny pause button on your journey. That's all it is. So that's what I did last week. I gave myself 3,500 calories extra for the week, and that just kind of takes pressure off. Everything stays into place. Everything, I'm tracking my calories, I'm being accountable, still banking some calories during the week, still looking at my steps, still looking at my movement. But if I still bank some calories and then take those extra calories to move to maintenance into my weekend, it means I've got loads of calories. And again, it's all about keeping your mindset positive. You never ever want to feel like you're doing something wrong. Like when you sin food at Slimming World, and then you do something where it's more sins than you've got, and then you feel guilty about it. None of that nonsense with the way I look at weight loss. Okay, so I sort of have 2 to 4 full weight loss breaks a year, and then 2 to 4 semi-weight loss breaks. So I've been on it for the last 11 weeks, tracking those calories. Everything's been on point. So I've just had a little weight loss break. The important thing is, after any type of weight loss break, whether it's a semi-weight loss break or a full weight loss break, as soon as it's over, you get back to doing what you do, which is what I've done today. Straight back at it for this week. Calorie deficit, ideal calorie deficit, and what I did last week will not make really a jot of difference to my journey. Right, let's stick my calories up and let's see how that weight loss break went. There you go. So I actually put myself in a bigger calorie deficit than 3,500 a week. That's what I give to most of my clients. But if I do get clients that burn a lot of calories or are quite overweight, if you're quite overweight, you do burn a lot of calories because your body has to work quite hard. All depends on what my client's overall calorie burn is. But if some of my clients have got a high calorie burn, I might put them into a bigger calorie deficit. But for most people, it's 3,500 calories a week. I actually put myself into a 4,750 calorie deficit a week. Why? Because I'm quite a big guy and I burn a lot of calories. So I can have a slightly bigger calorie deficit, but I can still lose, a decent amount of body fat with that deficit. But when I have a maintenance week, I don't know why. I just give myself 3,500 calories extra, which is what most of my clients get when they go into a maintenance week. Because for me, it's just more than enough calories. It means I've got nearly 23,000 calories for a week. And it's very rare I'm ever going to need any more than that, irrelevant of what I am doing. Okay, so last week, like I say, still keeping everything. I have put my calories up. I'll talk a little bit actually. The second thing that kind of affected my weight loss last week, or could have affected my weight loss, which is out of my control. I got a bit of man flu, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I got struck with a little bit of man flu on Tuesday. Didn't feel great on Tuesday, wasn't that great on Wednesday, to be honest with you. Felt much better Thursday, Friday. Very, very rare I get ill for any major period of time. But yeah, I was just a bit washed out. Why can something like illness affect our weight loss journey? Well, two things really. We can seek a little bit of comfort in food when we're not feeling great. So that could increase our calorie intake. And if you're full of cold, you might not be inclined to do that much movement or any other illness. So that can affect your overall calorie burn because your steps might drop. Mine haven't actually this week. In fact, I've done really good with steps. But yeah, a little bit of man flu, but it's not affecting my journey whatsoever. And as you can see there, I banked 456 calories on Monday, 279 on Tuesday. So I did have a few more calories Tuesday. Again, feeling a little bit rubbish. Why I ended up having a few more calories on Tuesday was because I had a hot toddy. Just the excuse of having a cold, really. A little bit of whiskey, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of honey. That was kind of an additional thing onto what I normally eat. So it just bumped my calories up, but hardly anything. Still banked a few calories. Banked 389 on Wednesday, 426 on Thursday, and 340 on Friday. So I think I banked about 1,900 calories over the week to take into the weekend. Now, I used to do this, but when I'm having a maintenance week, I don't actually adjust my weekly calories. You could do that if you wanted to. I did used to. I just can't really be bothered anymore. Again, I've got a very healthy relationship. So a lot of people, when you see that red at the bottom, it panics people, and it never should, right? It never should. You should never look at your calories if you use NutriCheck and go, that's been a good day, that's been a bad day. That is nonsense. How you should look at your calories, or if you're looking at it like that, is basically green days are when I bank calories, red days are when I use bank calories. And my weekly total at the bottom, as you see, I've gone 2,615 over. I was more than happy to go 3,500 over. And because that's in my head, right, it's kind of like, yeah, I've spent more calories than I have done for the last 11 weeks, but I'm still on plan. I'm still within the boundaries I've set myself. I kind of always relate it to like going out shopping, spending money. You know, you might save up for a few months and you might save up, I don't know, 300 quid. And you're going to take that and you're going to go shopping for the afternoon, and you're going to get yourself a nice new pair of trainers and a couple of new t-shirts or tops or whatever you're going to buy. And you end up going out, and if you spend 300 quid, you're happy because that's what you've saved up. If you spend a bit less than that, it's a little bit of a bonus. If you save up £300 and then go out shopping and spend 450, yeah, you're probably going to get a little bit peed off with yourself because you've gone a bit over what you'd sort of set yourself. And that might just take the gloss off, you know, the treats you've bought yourself. And it can be a little bit like that in terms of weight loss. I'll be honest with you, you should never ever beat yourself up if things don't quite go to plan, because it's just, like I say, weight loss is part of life, and life doesn't always go to plan. But for me, in my head, I was like, the red number at the bottom, I'm happy for that to go up to minus 3,500. So I've carried on tracking my calories. I've stayed accountable to it. And like I say, I've had two very high calorie weekend days. 4,776 calories on Saturday, 5,229 calories on Sunday. But, you know, I've stayed within the boundaries, and I'm well chuffed with that. And to be honest with you, I'm probably there still in a 2,000 calorie deficit, which, when we look at a pound of body fat, a 2,000 calorie deficit is going to be still probably about half a pound of body fat. So I've gone out all day with my mates on Saturday, had a good few drinks, got a little bit tipsy, Had a hangover day on Sunday, and I've still lost some body fat because of the way I've planned and built it into my week. How do I track calories when I'm going out for the day? Now, I'm going to take Saturday with a little pinch of salt, because what I do is, do I sit there every time I have a pint, load up my NutriCheck and put my pint into my app? Do I, heck? Life's too short for that. What I tend to do is I tend to guesstimate a little bit, and that's why I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. And that's another reason why, I'm minus 2,600. Is there a chance I've eaten a bit? Possibly. I just don't know. I've done a few days out in my time sort of drinking with my mates, so I just kind of know what the route is and where it's going to go. And from that, from my own experience, I just kind of stick into my app what I'm going to have, kind of thing. So I'll go through my eating, actually. Let me go through my eating for the day. If I'm being honest with you, it's pretty routine. It's, as always. Monday, I actually had a protein bar for my breakfast. I had my Chinese chicken, rice, broccoli for my lunch. I didn't have an afternoon snack on Monday. I don't know why. Just didn't. There's nothing in my app. Does that mean I did have something I've not tracked it? No, I just didn't have one. I did put in a protein shake, but just didn't end up having it, so I've took it out. Jacket potato, cheese, beans, and a bit of gammon for my tea. And then evening snacks, I had a load of fruit, actually. I had a pineapple, a pink lady apple. I had a protein bar, a standard, and a bag of Walker's Baked prawn cocktail crisps. So that was Monday, and that was my 2,294 calories. Tuesday, this was my cold day where I felt, I didn't actually have a cold on Tuesday. I just felt a bit lightheaded, but a bit thick-headed as well. No comments, please, about being thick-headed. I've heard them all before. I just felt bleh, basically. And I think I'm a bit tired and run down at the moment. Anyway, I've been working quite hard. Obviously, been on it with a lot of different things. On it with work, on it with my weight loss. Since last little break was Christmas time, which it wasn't that long ago, but it feels quite a long time ago now. So yeah, just ready for a bit of a break, to be honest with you. Ready for a few days off, which I'm going to have Easter weekend. Can't wait. I had my protein porridge in the morning. Again, I actually went to the gym on Tuesday, did a bit, nothing major. And then went to Aldi, and I just fancied soup. I know it's like the ultimate cure for colds. I don't think it does anything for a cold, to be honest with you. But I went to Aldi, got the specially selected pea and ham hock soup, which is amazing. It's 272 calories for the whole tub for 22 grams of protein, which is really, really good. And I had some hot buttered toast with it. Just soup and toast for a cold. You can't beat it, can you? It wasn't stupidly calorie. Well, 684 calories, including the hot buttered toast. But yeah, that gave me a hug from food that I needed. And you know what? I had 34 grams of protein in there, 15 grams of fibre, loads of fibre. Absolutely delicious. Mid-afternoon, again, didn't have my protein shake. Actually, I ended up having a hot toddy and had some pineapple, the pack of pineapple I started on the... Oh, no, I didn't actually. I had some pineapple on Monday night. I went to Aldi and just really enjoyed it, so I bought another pack and just ate a full pack of pineapple. In the afternoon, for my tea, I've got a little addiction. I've got the packet here. Sourdough breaded, wild garlic and Jersey butter chicken Kievs from Aldi. These are amazing. I had one for the first time on Tuesday night. I had it again, I think, Friday night, and I'm having it again tonight. They just are absolutely delicious. And do you know what? The 387 calories for 33 grams of protein. Like, you just have some boiled new potatoes with them and some peas. Absolutely, for knocking on 600 calories, you've got a really good tea there. Fibre, protein, all the bit. Had that on Tuesday night, really, really good. And then bedtime Tuesday night, actually had a Muller Light yogurt. Mixed it up a little bit this week. Just fancied one. So I had a Muller Light yogurt, protein bar, and a bag of crisps in bed for 2,471 calories. Wednesday, protein pancakes and yogurt. I've talked about that before. I did like a chicken teriyaki thing Wednesday with rice, so just the same Chinese style food I've been having a lot recently, but just a little different take on it. Had a UFit Millionaire Shortbread protein shake Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday night for tea, I did sausage mash again, bit of comfort food, sausage mash, onion gravy. And then in bed at night time, bag of crisps and a protein bar. And that was my 2,361 calories. Thursday, had a protein bar and a banana for my breakfast. Went to the gym, I think, at a bit of a weird time and just fancied a bit of something quick and that was going to digest easy. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Part of me man flu, though he's pretty much gone now. Thursday dinner time, again, had a chicken teriyaki sort of thing, same as what I had on Wednesday. A UFit Millionaire Shortbread, again, shake for mid-afternoon snacks. What do we have? Oh, we had got some from Morrison's actually, buttermilk chicken mini fillets. Did them in a wrap, kind of did a fake away KFC as it were, like a twister with some air fried chips. And then evening snacks, bag of crisp protein bar, standard. Friday, protein porridge for breakfast. Again, me teriyaki chicken rice. So I've had that pretty much 3 days in a row. Again, I put a protein shake in mid-afternoon on Friday. Just didn't end up having it. My lunch was, I've just found that teriyaki chicken I was making so filling. I think that's because I bulked it out with loads of broccoli, loads of peppers, loads of onion. I've actually done a video on TikTok and Reels if you want to go and see me making it. And then Friday night for tea, I did a pan-fried gnocchi with some tender stem broccoli. I did a little bit of homemade garlic bread and had a bit of gammon with it for protein. Bag of crisps, protein bar in bed on Friday night. Standard evening snacks for me. Right, Saturday. This is the calorie day. So yeah, I pre-track Saturday. So what I tend to do is in terms of food, I had a protein bar for my breakfast, so I knew that and I stuck it in. Whenever we go out on a bit of a day drinking sesh, I always have a chicken wrap and chips. It doesn't matter where we go. It's kind of what I have. And I knew we were going to end up in Wetherspoons. So I just put a Wetherspoons chicken wrap and chips in. It's sort of like my go-to for going out. Bit of protein, dead easy to eat. So chicken wrap. So I'd already put that in my app. I put in a kebab for tea because going out day drinking, I knew I'd be home for 8 o'clock. I'm too old now to do day and night. So I put in, I thought, wherever I'm leaving, I'll be grabbing a kebab. So I put that in already. And then it's just my beer. And please, kids, always drink responsibly. I'm not promoting heavy drinking, but basically, I put 10 pints of Moretti in and 4 double Bacardi and Diet Cokes. Now, I know some of you might be like, that would absolutely floor me for a week, but that is, for me, I sort of do a couple of drinks an hour when I go out. I do maybe a little bit quicker to start off with, maybe a little bit slower to finish with. But that's kind of my go-to. I'll have a few beers, and if I get sick of beers, I'll go on to Bacardi and Diet Coke. And actually, I didn't have any Bacardi and Diet Coke, and I put in 10 pints of Moretti. I didn't have 10 pints of Moretti. I had 11 pints overall throughout the day, but 4 was Moretti, which we had to start off with. And then I went on to weaker lagers. Now, weaker lagers are not a lot, but a few less calories than Moretti. So I ended up having 11 pints of various lagers, got weaker throughout the day, and I had 3 baby Guinness, which people very kindly sent to my table in Wetherspoons, because I did put my table number on Instagram to see if anyone... I always, if I see a friend of mine and they're out and about, they put their table number on. It's a bit of a thing that people do, isn't it? On their Instagram, I'll always buy them a pint or a shot. I'll send it over. So I did it and got a few shots from people sent, and a few pints as well, to be fair. So thank you very much if anyone did spot that and sent me something. Very, very kind of you. So I just sort of pre-tracked it, and do you know what? It wasn't a million miles away. The only thing that was different was I did get a doner kebab. I got a doner kebab and I got a margarita pizza, and I didn't touch the doner kebab because when I got home I was flat out. So I had the margarita pizza, which I shared with Rachel. and then I passed out. So the next day, I changed the kebab for margarita pizza, and the kebab, I don't mind admitting, I ate it for lunch. I kind of shared a bit of it with Blossom, to be fair, but I ate it for my lunch on Sunday. So Sunday was my big calorie day. 5,229 calories consumed. And yeah, I had a I had a bowl of fruit and fibre, Kellogg's fruit and fibre in the morning, and 2 slices of cheese and tomato pizza, margherita pizza that were left over from the night before. That was my extremely healthy breakfast. By the way, this is a very unhealthy day. Doner kebab for dinner. Mid-afternoon, I had some chicken goujons that were in the fridge. I had a bag of crisps, and I had another bowl of cereal, this time the cocoa and peanut butter balls from Aldi. For my tea, I went to McDonald's, had a quarter pounder with cheese, a medium fries, some chicken nuggets, and a Malteser McFlurry. And then in bed at night time, I had half a Greg's Yum Yum, a Snickers, and a bag of Seabrook's prawn cocktail crisps. And that was my 5,229 calories. Very unhealthy. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not a very unhealthy weekend, but having the odd weekend like that, look, I'll be honest with you, what you eat does not really affect your fat loss, right? It's all about calories. Well, I say not really, it doesn't, right? It's calories in, calories out. So I still ended up last week in a 2,000 calorie deficit. Like I say, that will have equaled half a pound of body fat. So I could do that every week and I'd still lose 2 stone at the end of the year. Why do I not want to do that every week? My health. I'm sat here now recording this. I wasn't actually that hungover yesterday, and I'm fine today, but I do feel tired. I do feel more lethargic today. And that is just a weekend of drinking alcohol, but it's more down to just putting a load of crap into my body, if I'm being honest with you. Every now and then, I don't mind it. And I'm not bothered about being a bit lethargic today. Do I want to feel like this at the start of every week? Do I? I used to. I used to do this week in, week out at 37 stone. I don't want to. Once every few months, not bothered whatsoever, because it's worth the trade-off for having a really good day out with my mates. And I'm not saying you can't have a good day out with mates if you're not going out drinking and then eating rubbish, but it's all about balance. So yeah, I've had a really unhealthy weekend. I've consumed way more unhealthier foods than I'd want to. I've consumed way more alcohol than I would want to on a regular basis. But like I say, once every now and then is absolutely sound. And if you plan for it, you prep for it, you put the effort in, you can do that. And it's not really going to affect my weight loss journey. Most weeks from Christmas, I've been losing body fat wise, pound and a half of body fat. This week, might be half a pound of body fat. Even this week, if it was no body fat whatsoever, every now and then, again, it doesn't make a massive difference to the journey. And if you're doing something like this once every, well, I've not had in fact, the last really good drink I had that I would compare to this was probably Christmas Day, if I'm being honest with you. Probably Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So to do this once every 3 months, yeah, I'm not saying it's that healthy, but again, your health is determined by your overall lifestyle, not what you do every now and then. So my overall lifestyle is a healthy, balanced one. Every now and then, a little bit of a blowout. Like I say, can I do that every weekend and still lose body fat regularly? Yes. Am I going to lose loads of body fat? Is it going to slow the journey up? Of course it is. Can I do this every weekend and class myself as being a healthy person? No, I couldn't. Like I say, can I do that once every couple of months and class myself? Yes, I can. So that's why I kind of do it now. And you know what? Going forward, I'm kind of on the straight and narrow. I don't mean it like that. I've basically, a lad who I went out with on Saturday, it's his stag do on, I think, the 12th of April. We're going to Poland, Warsaw for the weekend for his stag do. And that will probably be the next time. Well, that will definitely be the next time I have a good drink, as in more than 1 or 2 beers. And to be honest with you, that'll probably be the next time I touch alcohol. I'll probably now I've had a little blowout. I'll probably have a few weeks off. And again, you can take these little weight loss breaks. You can have these little blowouts, just as long as they don't make up the majority of your lifestyle. If they make up the minority of your lifestyle, in the long term, they're not. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say this. In the long term, it will make your journey more sustainable because you're not feeling overly restricted. Being able to every few weeks go out and have a little blowout like that within your calories that you've set yourself, and you stay positive and you know you're still on track, is certainly, it's what I've done since the beginning of my journey, 2014. I'm a little bit slacker now than I was back then. I suppose I've given myself a little bit more freedom. I think I was a bit too restrictive to start off with, but again, it's just about finding that balance. What about movement? Shall we have a look at movement? I'll be honest, I keep checking my watch because I'm just checking this is still filming. I'll tell you why. My battery was non-existent. Here's me not being prepped to do this whatsoever. My battery's pretty low, so I'm hoping to get to the end of the vlog. And my battery not cutting out. Otherwise, anyway, you won't know if it does. Well, you might do, but I'll edit it if I need to. I tend not to edit these at all. I just sort of waffle into the camera and put them up on YouTube. Anyway, let's have a look at my movement. My movement for last week was really, really good. As you can see yesterday, I had a proper day yesterday. Obviously consumed 5,229 calories, and that is bang on. I was accurate with tracking yesterday. A lot of people are very scared of tracking calories when they are eating, but that, again, eating unhealthier, eating calorie dense foods, but again, that's just an unhealthy relationship with food. I don't think we want to face what we're doing, whereas I don't care facing what I'm doing because it all fits in with the calories I've set myself for the week. But yeah, alongside me eating a stupid amount of calories, I only did 5,000 steps, but I always look at steps as an average, just like I do my calories. And as you can see, for last week, I did average 11,000 steps a day because I did a lot of steps during the week. Mainly what really topped it up was on Wednesday, even though I was full of a cold, but it was in my mindset. I always say this, sometimes there's no easy answers, right? And now I always try and come out with some analogies and make things, easy for you guys to, yeah, I get that, right? That's kind of one of my things of coaching, teaching weight loss, as it were. But I do have to accept, or you do have to accept sometimes there are no easy answers. I had man flu last week. People were like, what do I do when I'm ill? Do you know what I do when I'm ill? Unless I'm very, very poorly, sometimes you've just got to grit your teeth. You've just got to grin and bear it and push through. And that can be, the difference between having a successful weight loss journey. When you want to lose weight loss is pretty straightforward. Sometimes a successful weight loss journey is built around those times where you don't want to do what you need to do on your journey, but you do it anyway. And I could quite easily last Tuesday, Wednesday of, I could quite easily have just gone, do you know what? I'm just going to sit on my bum. I'm just going to feel sorry for myself. I'm just going to eat the world. I didn't. I did take Tuesday afternoon off. So I sort of summoned up what energy I had and got all my bits done, walked the dog, did some content, did some work. And then from about 2:30 on Tuesday, I just sort of chilled out. I didn't do a TikTok live at night time. I just sort of chilled out on the couch a little bit. So I was a little bit lazier on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I didn't fancy going to the gym and training hard because I've got a bit of a cold. It could affect my breathing. So we ended up doing a 5-mile walk instead. Now, don't get me wrong, a 5-mile walk with a bit of a cold, but it's low intensity, just going at my own pace. And that ended up me doing on Wednesday 16,000 steps. So most steps I've done in one day in 2024. And that has certainly helped bring that average up. But again, we look at averages. And I'll be honest with you, yesterday I could have done quite a bit more movement than I wanted to, but because I'd pretty much already, I'd done, I always aim to do 70,000 steps a week, 10,000 steps a day on average. But because, I'd already done 70,000 steps by the end of play on Saturday, I just took the opportunity to have a bit more of a chill on Sunday. Sometimes you need it just to rest up and, like I say, bit of R&R. And yeah, so I had quite a lazy day yesterday. In fact, I pretty much, other than taking the dog, our other dog, Betty, not Blossom, who's laid down here because we can't quite walk her yet with her broken leg. Yeah, I took Betty out for a 20-25 minute walk. Other than that, I pretty much was chilling on the couch other than getting up, getting a drink and mooching about. Still did, I think, 5,000 steps. So there we go. And then workouts for last week. Yeah, I hit the gym actually. I went to the gym on Saturday before I went out for the day. So I still managed five workouts last week in the gym. I kind of found a way to put my workouts on last week, but I'm just putting, I do other bits and pieces in the gym sometimes. Sometimes I'll do some cardio and stuff, but I'm just putting my weights, because that's primarily what I do is weight training in the gym. So I'm just putting my weight training or my resistance training, or as Apple Watch logs the workout as traditional strength training. Anyway, doing weights basically. And I still did that 5 times last week, even though I wasn't feeling great. So Monday, Tuesday, went for that walk on Wednesday, and then did Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So that is last week's weight loss week. Bit more freedom, a little bit of a holiday break, had a cold, gained 2.6 pounds on the scales, but as I've already discussed, that's from water retention. So yeah, a bit of a different week. And like I said, they're always going to happen, and you just need to manage them. You need to manage them in here, in your head, and you just need to manage them in your apps and you know, be realistic with your goals and your targets. This week, back to normal, back to ideal deficit. Nothing on this weekend. Hopefully, having the first Real Lost Boss meetup. I've never really met. I think I've been online coaching for 3 years now, and I think I've met 2 clients. Other than people I know that have come onto my plan, I think I've met 2 clients randomly. You know, if I've been out and about and spotted them, or they've come over. Oh, hiya, Neil, it's such an. Oh, hiya. So yeah, planning on having a meet up with some clients or people that are members of my community on Saturday. So I've got that, but no sort of events in terms of that it's going to be calorific. So yeah, just a nice standard week. And then obviously it's Easter the week after. And I'm still pretty much, I think, going to try and stick to a calorie deficit, my ideal calorie deficit Easter week. Though I am going to take a couple of days off Easter week, but that's from work, not from weight loss. I've got my eye on the prize now, 3 and a bit weeks, or 3 weeks and 5 days until that stag do. And that's when the mayhem starts, because we've basically got over about a 5-week period. I've got a stag do. I'm not really classing the stag do as what I would call a holiday, but I am going away to Poland. We've then got a break to New York and Mexico, all kind of tagged very close together. And then to finish it off, after we get back from Mexico, which is the last thing we've got an all-day wedding. One of Rachel's old friends from back in the day, he's getting married. So we've got an all-day wedding to go to. So yeah, I've got a stag do, a few days in New York, and then a week all-inclusive in Mexico, and an all-day wedding, basically over a 5-week period. How am I going to tackle that with weight loss? Keep watching the vlogs and you will find out. Right, guys, that's it. Thank you very much from me and Blossom, who is you're flat out here, aren't you, next to me? You've been a very good girl. Yes, you have. Oh, yes, you have. So from me and, yes, the little cockapoo that's down here. Yeah, till next time, make sure you are bossing your weight loss.